Welcome to the Play Ouch podcast. My name is Nick, otherwise known as Tequila, and I am joined by, well, all of us are here. A rare occurrence that we've managed to get all of the guys in one night to talk about the lovely world of gaming and the lovely practices. I'd love to say it's all positive news. It's not. Shockingly, I know, and it's going to come from our friend Sony. At least we're going to be starting with them, and we'll see what happens after that. But before we get started, how are we doing, boys? How's your week been?
Not bad, mate. Not bad.
Painful.
Painful.
Why painful?
Oh, I might have a hernia. I need to get it checked out.
Oh,
Bollocks.
physical.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so-
Yeah. At some point. I don't know yet. See how I go.
Bless you.
And how are you then, Com, as well? How's the baby of the group? How's Com?
The baby of the group's been very busy sorting out his wedding. So
Oh, he's getting married, is he?
Becoming a man soon, Com. Becoming a man.
Fucking mental, bro.
when you know it's the right time, it's the right time.
Very true.
Go with your gut, mate. Yeah. Why not? Where's our invitations? Joking.
Hey, invitations will be coming in the post. If you want to come, feel free.
Where are you having it?
Are you going to Ireland, Com?
No. I'm staying in England
Okay.
to do it.
Right.
So yet to confirm location. We're going to view somewhere on Monday.
Well, there you go.
Cool.
Everyone, Com's getting married. Everyone wish him the best in his endeavour. Coover's got some words of warning for you. I'm not repeating that. Right. Gaming. Right. So it's July. Not normally that many good games coming out, although there is one for me and Alan. But our good friends at Sony had decided, for whatever reason now, I don't know why they decided to throw this at us now. I guess, they needed to make some more news. They've decided, and I'll read the quote because I have got the quote in case people don't know. The corporate jargon is as follows. Right, and I quote, like Michael Cole, as consumer preferences and the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical discs to digital, physical game disc production for all new games releasing on the PlayStation consoles will be discontinued starting January 2028. So that's that year and a half, right? Following this date, new games will be available on the PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. This transition has no impact on games that are already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in disc formats. It continues. This is a natural direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends as the general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. This transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play games today and make us more money. I added that part. We'll continue to prioritize our resources to drive innovation in how players can access games and provide choices as to where players prefer to purchase new games, whether that's at retailers or the PlayStation Store. We remain committed to delivering a world-class gaming experience to our fans, and we thank you for your continued support. Apparently, Sid Schumann, his name was, Senior Director, Sony Interactive Entertainment, Content Communications.
Let me translate that for the
Life
layman, basically, which is basically like not enough people are buying physical discs, and those that are, we don't give a shit about because they don't have an internet probably. So we're leaving all those fuckers behind and we're going with the majority because it saves us money. And in GTA 6's case, they don't want the game leaking early, do they? And the only real way that happens is through physical media. So that's one reason why they haven't done it.
I remember many years ago, me and Pete obviously started the channel many years ago. And one of our earlier podcasts I remember was me and him predicting this very thing. I mean, it's not like we were sages, like you couldn't predict it. but we all saw it coming a long time ago. And it looked like at the time that it was Xbox who was going to be the bad guys, right? Or at least the ones really, really pushing for it. And of course they did initially. And then Sony took the piss out of them. We all remember the advert. It's been all over the internet. Everyone's having a laugh at Sony. Remember when they fired back on Xbox, when Xbox originally was the ones who wanted to get rid of the discs and the used game market, blah, blah, blah. And then Sony were portrayed themselves as the good guys. And then lo and behold, 8 or 9 years later, and look who's the one who is actually finally making the first move to completely eradicate the used games market and the physical media. Funny enough, it's not Xbox. It's actually ended up being Sony who are going to be the ones pulling the trigger. So
they've had an agenda for so long, Nick, like for at least 10, 15 years. They've had this agenda of we need to save money and maximize our profits. And to do that, right, they've done this. And it was because Xbox tried to do it. Sony takes the fucking like a hypocritical fucking stance just for fucking clout, and now they've thrown it all away, haven't they?
They saw an opportunity to get to score some points when they saw the reaction. It just so happens that year at E3, the Xbox showcase went first. So they obviously saw the reaction, which was obviously a massive negative reaction, and they quickly put together that advert. You're not telling me that they planned on? No, they didn't. They were smart. They worked fast to make that advert. So if had Xbox not gone first that year, and it would have been Sony who'd gone first, you wonder if Sony weren't planning on doing exactly this thing. But because they saw the backlash to the Xbox, Sony they thought on their feet, and then they portrayed themselves as the good guys, and it worked because Sony has been kicking Xbox ass ever since. I'm not saying that's the only reason, but it probably helped because they made themselves appear more pro-consumer than Microsoft were. And then I just think it's just funny that, and then 10 years later, it's Sony who have fired the shot. Mm-hmm. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen, and Xbox are going to have to follow. They are. Nintendo might not, because they've got cartridges. They might think to themselves, "We ain't got to do it." Nintendo are always quirky like that anyway. They kind of beat to their own drum. Nintendo, for better or worse. So
they won't give a fucking shit, mate. To do those cartridges will probably cost them a couple of fucking quid, and they charge fucking 50 to 80 quid for it.
Yeah, Nintendo won't do anything. I don't think.
Nintendo actually started it, by the way.
The code in the box.
Mic out.
Yeah. Huh?
Lower your mic. It's way too low. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, Nintendo started all this with code in boxes.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah. So I don't see any. I don't see any positives. If you guys can see something that I don't, and there's a positive for this, I don't see it. Unless they slashed prices across which they won't, because I don't have to. But unless they slash prices across the board, I'm talking 15 to 20 quid over here, and past the savings that they won't. I don't know how much it costs. I don't know how much it costs to produce a Blu-ray disc and then the case. Let's say 10. I'm probably being generous at 10 quid. It's probably not even that. Let's say 10 quid for argument's sake, right? If they want to lower the prices and give that back to the consumer, that would be one thing. And then another thing is, and I was thinking about this, and I know they'll never do it, but if they came up, and I think me and Pete again have spoken about this over the years, if they came up with some kind of a trade-in system where you could trade your games digitally, and and the value would go down over time, just like anything else. So if you play a game, you finish it, and you trade it in within 6 months, I don't know, you get 50% of it back. And then if you wait a couple of years, it goes down, you get 20% of it back. Just give people something to compensate themselves for you doing this. Because as of right now, with the way it goes, you get nothing. You can't trade any of your games. You can't even get a refund. On Steam, at least they give you, is it 2 hours on Steam? Com? Or Pete? You get 2 hours.
Yeah, it's 2 hours. Like that. Yeah, it's they're not going to do that, dude. What they're going to do is we'll give you 3 hours to try the game if you don't like it. They're not going to do anything else. They promised. They said, "Oh, don't worry, everything's going to be cheaper if it goes digital." They're a fucking bunch of scumbags, mate. This is why I don't really play many games anymore. Sorry to say to everyone, but it's all just unless it's a really fucking good game, I'm just not going to bother because it's too fucking expensive and. They just lie. All these fucking people just lie through their fucking teeth persistently. So
you're taking all the power away from the consumers, and you're 100% relying on them and their sales. So
Yep.
if you don't want to pay the full whack, because we all know that games are going to be, we'll talk about GTA probably in a minute, but the games are only going to go up. The games aren't going to get cheaper, but now they're taking away all the options to buy from places, because now they're getting rid of all the competition. Not only do I mean used games, but I mean just in general, they're taking away all the competition. They will have complete control over pricing structure now, because it's all going to be done digitally from them. So,
well, sorry, I was just going to let you know it's costing £2 to £5 per game to manufacture.
told you.
I mean, that's low. I said 10, but I did say I was being generous. Yeah, I mean, but
Yeah, you don't think they would have shrunk their production costs by now? Of course.
Yeah, but you've got to also take into account a little bit of distribution, right? So there's distribution costs that they won't have to pay either, right? So that's also more discounts. It's not just making the disc and then making the case. It's going to be the distribution and delivery and stuff like that. So that's
and in GTA's Rockstar's case, they have to provide like untold security just to stop the fucking discs from leaking.
That's stupid. But
this is the only game that everyone apart from you, Tequila, is looking forward to. So it's
Com doesn't like it either. But for different
you'll
reasons.
play it, won't you, Com?
No, not a chance.
I bet you do.
I bet I don't.
I don't mind the game, but after what I'm hearing, I'll wait till the proper version comes out, whenever that is.
Well, I mean, there's a petition going on. If people do want to sign it on change.org or whatever it is, that's got 76,000 petitions signed, signatures, whatever you want to say, on it. However, Sony will not do it regardless of how many petitions, how many signatures get petitions on there, because their warehouses are already working, or the factory, is already making something else. So they're not going to stop doing it because they've already moved on to the next project.
No, of course they won't. Can I just say for the record, Sony are a bunch of fucking wankers across the board. The only thing that's good for Sony is their hardware, like TVs and whatever else they fucking do. In any other fucking space, they're a bunch of fucking scumbags, and I fucking hate them.
Let me say hi to the people in the chat quickly, and big up to Kuva, who says, I wish Sony would take this fucking weather. He then warned you not to do it. Come on, repeat that one. Big up to Rufus. How to share your game, step 1. No. Yep, that was the advert. I remember it. And then Kuva says, you can't exploit the customers with a physical copy. This way, they can fully keep in touch with the next iteration of Disguised Live Action Service and spring monetization and advertising at will. Yeah, I mean, like I say, it gives them so much control, more control than they had before. Again, I'm trying to. I've been racking my brain for some kind of positivity, and I can't see any.
There fucking is none, mate.
No, there literally isn't. I mean, the amount of Sony have got so much backlash from this. The amount of stores that are giving Sony backlash from this is ridiculous. This could single-handedly, I know they're not fantastic, but shops like CEX and stuff like that, where you go and get second-hand games because they're a little bit cheaper when they're second-hand on some, not all. But it's going to close these kind of shops down because there's not going to be. Because if Xbox follow suit, which I God hope they don't, because then your thing's just in jeopardy as it is anyway, Xbox. So please don't follow suit.
They could get some. They could get some points. I think they're going to cave. But if they wanted to get some points in the bank, I suppose they could turn around and kind of go the other way. But
yeah, they could. But what I'm saying is, if Xbox do decide to do this as well, then second-hand games are going to be non-existent. There's not going to be any need for shops that deal with second-hand games unless it's older consoles. So. They're having.
I didn't think about this. Man.
They're having a massive effect on the global economy.
Huge effect. It's like, the thing is with these, Yeah, you're
Well,
absolutely right.
It will only affect shops, as Com said. It will only affect shops who deal with second hand. The actual retailers or the places we can think of, Amazon, whatever your game retailers are. There's not even that many left anymore. But they will get codes. They will sell codes, so that they will be provided with codes.
But why would somebody walk into a shop to get a code when they could do it from home?
Well, no, most of these places are going to be online. But if you mean the actual high streets, I mean,
Yeah, that's what I mean. High street shops are going to suffer.
how many games? How many stores in the UK at least? How many game stores even are there anymore?
I have 7 where I live.
Cool.
Not for much longer, mate.
Well, the independent stores are they?
Now I've got a game that's still here.
Wow.
That's in Sports Direct, is it, or is it actually a game?
No, there's one in Sports Direct, and then if we go further out of my local area, there's an actual store still standing. I think it's might be the only one that's left. Obviously, we've got some CXs. We've got Cool Spot as well, which is a game store near me. There's a couple of other a place called Doorway to Darkness down near me. You know, there's several stores in my city.
Well, I mean, whether or not, yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, it will affect the high street stores. The few of them that are left, it could be the final nail in their coffin. You're right, because I mean, they already lost the PC games several years ago, and now they're going to be losing all the console games. I mean, what are they going to? I guess they can sell hardware, but what else would they sell?
Yeah,
other than hardware?
probably sell accessories. I mean, some game stores are now selling all sorts of other things now. You can go in there and get Funko Pops. You can buy action figures, Lego, T-shirts, all that kind of stuff. That's what
kids,
gaming.
Yeah.
But ultimately, that's not a game store. That's a gift shop.
Exactly.
Sure, that's what game are selling. At least near me in Watford. Going to that store and they're selling Lego in there.
So let me get this straight. Basically, Sony are fucking over everyone.
Pretty much.
The game stores, all that kind of shit, just because they want you to go to, amongst other things, their fucking platform, their whatever economy, and buy the game through their economy. So it's basically another way to get the public diverted to their platforms. They've been wanting to do this for fucking ages, and now they're doing it, and they're not going to give us a choice about it. As you said, Nick,
no.
Doesn't matter how many fucking, Colm, it doesn't matter how many fucking signatures you get. We're not going to fucking do it. It's just like, well, fine, don't fucking buy the game then. But everyone's going to buy GTA. My point is, stop buying fucking games consoles, everyone, please, and just get a fucking pre-built PC.
I'm gonna fire back a little bit, right?
I know, but like it really is the only solution.
I know, but devil's advocate, right? But PC went digital several years ago, but there's no PC. PCs aren't being sold with disk drives anymore either. So there used to be a time when PC games you could get on the disc, and they went the way of the dodo as well. What I will say is that generally the prices for PC games are much better. There's a lot of Steam sales. Steam do at least have. It's a bit stingy of a refund policy, but at least it's something, right? At least they have something, right? So this is but this is what I mean. Sony they've got to introduce something. I don't think they will either, but they've got to. If that is the road they're going to have to come up with something. A refund policy, at least. I think 2 hours. I think 4 hours, at least 4 hours. I think minimum for me to really get into a game, especially depending on the kind of game that it could be. If it's an RPG game, you ain't going to get into that in 2 hours. I tell you, you're not. If it's a 12-hour game, you might have an idea by an hour or two if you're going to like it or not. But
no, mate, right? they won't fucking do it. They don't want it. They don't want you to own anything. So if buying isn't owning, piracy isn't stealing. Like it's like, stop trying to get us locked into your economy. This is what they've been trying to do, right? The thing is with PCs is that you have a fucking choice. If you buy a console, you're locked in. So buy a fucking PC, because then you have choice. Things will be cheaper and you can go around looking for the best price. But Sony don't fucking want that. Microsoft don't give a shit because they have Windows and then they have consoles as well.
Yeah.
So-
The thing is, like, I'm looking up stuff whilst we're talking about things as well, and it's like, so you're eligible to request a refund within 14 days of purchase with Sony with their PlayStation. However, if you started downloading or streaming the game, you are not available for a refund. The only time you can then get it is if it becomes faulty.
Fuck off, Sony.
Fuck's sake.
Yes, so they've got to change that. They don't have to do it right now, but when they do stop making games in January 2028, they have to come up with new stuff.
You know what really fucking pisses me off is that these cunts are sitting on fucking piles of money, like Count Duckula fucking money, right? And they're still thinking about how to min-max their fucking profits. It's disgusting. It's like, this is why I'm turning my face away from the Games Institute, because everyone's trying it on. Every single fucking company. Amazon, for fuck's sake. Really? Netflix. Fucking YouTube. Fuck off, man. Run over.
Thing is, Xbox are going to start doing this as well. Apparently they're trying something internally called disc to digital. This is what that's what they're trialing.
Wow.
And basically, if you own a disc, you basically, I don't know how you do it. I don't know, it's for a barcode or something, but you report it to Xbox. I own this game. So, for example, I own First Light on disc. They will then send me a digital code and I can then play it online. But the caveat is, if I take this disc, if I lend it to somebody, if I give it to CEX and they sell it, my digital code is invalid.
Right.
That's what I've heard.
How are they going to know, though?
Wow.
I'm guessing every game must have some sort of signature on it. Every disc must have some sort of signature.
So even if you entered the code in and you have the game, if you sell it, you'll no longer have the game digitally.
Yeah, the digital game will not work anymore.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
And
Fuck you, man. Like,
So
what they need to do is all games that have come out up to this point, they need to say to everyone, right, you have one chance or maybe a couple of chances to transfer all your games that you've ever bought to digital into the collection. A couple of time tries, that's it. They need to be generous. As you said, Nick, they need to do something to get us all like transferred over to it. Because if you're not going to do any fucking discs and you're just going to ignore people who don't want an internet connection but like playing games, they're fucked.
I think the three things for me, the three things they've got to put in place is an extended refund. You can debate on how many hours, but it can't be what just comes right out, right? They need to include something at least on par with Steam. I think a bit more than Steam, but at the very least, at least on par with Steam, right? And
7 days, a week.
I think that's probably too long, because there are going to be games that come out, especially shorter single player narrative-driven games where people can smash that. So I do get that. So I think 7 days is too much.
In real life, your statutory rights are like 30 days for an item. So why isn't it the same for physical media?
But this is why the law's always behind everything online. It always takes a decade or so for the law to catch up, and the law is not on the ball at all when it comes to digital products. It's still in its infancy. So maybe 10 years from now, they will introduce this stuff. Right now, the law is just not introducing these things. There's no protection for consumers. I agree with you to mostly, Pete. There needs to be something, but I don't know what a fair number is, because 7 days for a video game nowadays, considering how short some games can be, if they're 10 hours or less, you could, any half decent gamer, even if they only have 2 hours a day, they play that for 5 days, they finish the game.
No, but not everyone, is not working. People work part-time, full-time. Like, they don't get any fucking time in the evening, because when they get home, they've got a family, got to deal with the family. Like my friend Chesney, who plays games, he's got a family. He only gets 1 hour a day if he's lucky. That's after he's done everything else that he's supposed to do. He only gets 1 hour.
Yeah, but I
think 7 days is more than fucking fair.
Even 1 hour a day, though, if he played it for an hour a day for 6 days, that's 6 hours. And you can make an argument that 6 hours would be a fair amount of time to know if you like a game or not.
Yeah, that's fine. 7 days, though. But like, if you say to him, If you say to everyone, right, you only get 1 day or 2 days, that's not fair.
Well, I think it should be. I think it should be based on an hour. I don't think there should be an actual time frame regarding. Oh, it's got to be within a week or two. I think it should be based on, like Steam do it. They keep track of how long you're playing for. So if they said, I think 4 or 5 hours is fair. I think 4 hours is actually, for me, is probably the sweet spot. I think in 4 hours, most people, unless somebody gets unlucky and they fall asleep playing a game, which can happen, and if so, I guess that's just tough shit. Just be a bit more mindful when you put a game on.
But what is it they're actually worried about? Because if you think about it, it's just like, well, we don't want you playing the full game and then selling it. It's like, well, not many people are able to do that. So,
but they want every sale, don't they?
Well, they can go fuck themselves.
Because it's not just CEX. Con was talking about CEX and places like that. You got to remember that places like eBay and Amazon store. That look how many games, look how many people sell games there, and it's a good thing to do because you play a game. If you play a game and finish it within the first month or two, there's a good chance you can flog on eBay, get half your money back, which is good.
As I said before, not everyone has the time. Like if it's fucking Skyrim, dude.
Well,
like,
yeah, it's game
7 days, and the guy's not done anything, even with like a 7-hour window with 1 hour a day, and he's only literally gotten to a town and hasn't had a chance to fully establish whether he wants to keep the game or not.
Yeah, but one thing you can't expect them to do, you can't expect them to do it on a game-by-game basis, right? You can't say, okay, so for Skyrim, we're going to give you 25 hours, and then for a short 10-hour experience, whatever game, right, we're going to give you 2 hours. How do they judge what is a fair amount of time that you spent in-game? They can it's got to be something universal. They can't say, oh, because it's Skyrim and it's a Bethesda game, let's give them 20 hours. Or, but because
well, why can't it be based on game genre? Like, BBFC certification.
Even that's a tough one. It's a fairer one than doing it by an individual game basis.
See, I see where you're coming from. I think the window is about 3 to 5 because you've got into the story. Obviously, the game progression, whether it's engaging, all this stuff. So you'll know whether you want to keep playing it after that. So I think 3 to 5 hours is perfectly fine.
Well, that's I don't, because as I said, you have people that want to play games, but they lead busy lives. So you're literally,
yeah, but I'm one of those
isolating
people.
Them as well.
No, I'm one of those people.
Right. So you think 5 hours is fine?
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that's fine. I know whether I'm going to play a game after an hour of playing. Like I tried to play Mass Effect again. I've played an hour, and I haven't gone back to it because I just know I can't. It's
yeah,
just
but you're not like a
interested.
lobotomized retard. Do you know what I mean? You have to cover all grounds and all aspects of people. Like, you know what I mean? If you had like a really heavily serious mental health kid with both physical and mental health problems, can't fucking work the controller properly, and within 5 hours he's only managed to walk down a fucking corridor. Do you know what I mean? It's stingy. They are stingy, and they need to make it a little bit more. And if they're worried about people spamming, returning the game, getting their money back and all that kind of thing, restrict it to like twice a month or once a fucking month.
I suppose they could, using what Pete just said, I suppose if they did implement a how would you even?
That's what they're worried about, isn't it? They're worried about people.
Yeah, well, of course it is. Yeah, but it's like what again? Then what number do you put? Okay, right. So you're only allowed to return what? One game a month?
One a month. Or one a month, or one every 2 months.
Suppose. I think finding a sweet ground is difficult. I think that would be fair, but I bet you some people might turn around and say to you, "But no, it's not. If I'm somebody who buys lots of games, I don't know, you've got a lot of disposable income, and you buy 5 games a month, which some people do. If I want to return all 5 fucking games, I ain't agree with that. If I want to return 5 fucking games, I'm going to return 5 games. Some people might look at what you just said, Pete, and say, Oh no, fuck that. Just because most of us are not rich enough to buy 5 games a month, because none of us are that wealthy. But there's going to be some people who are going to be like, "Fuck that! No, I want to buy." And what if they buy 5 games that are really cheap? What if they buy a bunch of these indie games which are $4.99?
Well, put it this way, dude. Anyone who's buying 5-6 games a month probably won't need to return it.
Maybe.
Will they?
No, probably not. But I mean, like, obviously, just bringing us back to obviously the PlayStation thing. You got to think as well, like we said, this is a cash grab thing, because if you cast your minds back to when you were younger, I know for some of you, you have to dodge dinosaurs and stuff like that, but cast your minds back to when you were younger. If you went to a game, your local game shop or Smith's, Argos, Sainsbury's, Tesco, wherever, in a game online, the game would be £60, let's say. But you could go to one of them shops and then in there it's 50 or 45 if you're very, very lucky. You get a bit of a discount. Digital games will be sold at all retail stores at full price, exactly the same as digital online.
Yeah.
So they are reaping 100% of the cost.
They're a bunch of fucking scumbags, dude, and they always have been. They always fucking will be. They're always fucking looking at ways to get money out of you and making more money, and just whatever they're fucking doing with it, snorting it, fucking it or whatever. Like it's fucking ridiculous, dude, and they just don't give a shit anymore because it's out of sight, out of mind attitude. It's like, well, we don't give a fuck. We don't care what you think. And the only thing that will make them change is if everyone stops buying their fucking console.
But
then
again,
they'll be like, oh, okay.
But explain to me, and you're going to have to explain this to me, right? Explain to me. I know you're against the consoles. I get it. Okay, I understand. But you explain to me, what is the difference between this and what they've done to the PC? On Steam.
Because with the PC, you have a choice, Nick. You have different.
But I'm just. But I'm still talking about if you buy a game, right? If you buy a game, then you've got the 2-hour window, yeah. But and we've already agreed that 2 hours isn't long enough. So if you buy a game from Steam, I know that the games overall are cheaper, so maybe that's why it's not considered as bad, because just PC games are just cheaper, and they are quite significantly cheaper too. So maybe that's why it's more acceptable, because the prices are so much lower than the console prices. So we let them get away with it because it doesn't feel as bad. But the premise is the same. Steam, the 2-hour window for Steam isn't long enough. We've just agreed. But what's the difference?
You're talking about a number of different things, right? What needs to happen is there needs to be a standardized law, like there is for statutory rights at the moment for physical products, right? We need to have one for digital media. Right, we need to have an established thing at a certain level. Each platform, i.e., Steam, Microsoft, or whatever else on the PC, has their own additional set of rules, right? But you can't exceed the original law state of this country, so you can't shrink it. You can expand it, but you can't shrink it. So it's your choice to which platform you want to buy that game off. What these companies are doing is they don't want to give you a choice. They want you to say, you buy the fucking game from us at £300. No, I want to buy it from Steam for £100. Well, fuck you, because it's on our console. That's my point. That's why I'm saying everyone buy a fucking PC, because no one can control 100% of the PC environment. No one can. That's why I'm saying. But they don't want you to do that. They want you to buy a console and get locked into their economy.
Do you know what the solution to this whole refund policy thing is, don't you? I've thought about it whilst we're talking, and it's because obviously they probably do have the capability to do it. Is lock it behind a percentage. So if you go over a certain percentage completion of the game, then you don't get a refund.
That's another good idea. If you're over like 30%, it's like no,
yeah, 30, 35,
40%. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Then you lock out the refund policy. That's it. You can go up to 35%, 40%. After that, you don't get a refund because you've put significant time into that game. Then
Well, you know
With
what they're going to do? They're going to shrink it to 5 or 10 fucking percent, right?
with the larger games they come with the triple A games and maybe the double A games, that's fair enough, yeah, because they probably have this. But with smaller independent games, do they have the ability to kind of put that into their games where the game can track? Oh, you've got 10%, mate. You played, you've finished 10% or 15%, whatever the number would be.
Maybe not, but we're talking about games like GTA and stuff like that.
They can, yeah.
That's what we're talking about. I think if it's a small indie game, like for instance, when it first came out, TCG Simulator, for instance, that's an indie game. It just exploded. That doesn't necessarily need to, because if you look at the prices of indie games, they're not costing you 90 quid. It's a couple of quid.
Yeah, you're right. We are talking about triple A's and quadruple A's at this level. Yeah, it should be a completely different rule set for indies. Yeah,
100%, 100%. I mean, indie games could just fall under the policy that it is now. You've got so many hours, and if you don't like it, then smashing, whatever. But triple A titles, your GTAs, your Gears of Wars, Halos, FIFA, whatever, they can easily implement a system on there where it's right. You've hit this percentage of the game. You have played a lot of this now, so we're going to lock the refund policy, so you can't get a refund.
Triple A.
Kuva does make a good point in the chat, aimed at UCOM. But some games, like the sandbox games, with no completion, if you make it achievement based, then everyone will just make achievements that are easily done within the first few minutes.
No, you just make it UK law or standardized game law that every game has to have a percentage completion counter to it behind the scenes or in the code or whatever that can feed to the Steam platform or the Xbox platform, right? They have to make it a rule set.
But he's talking about sandbox. Which sandbox games? Like Minecraft? Are you talking about Minecraft? Because Minecraft does have behind it a completion system.
Oh, I see what he means. Like if he's talking about Monster Hunter stuff.
What about a game like No Man's Sky, for example? Right. What about a game like that? How would you come up with a completion of No Man's Sky?
Well, that would have to be equated to time spent. As I said to you before, it should be categorized into genres. So, as Kuva said, if it's a sandbox game with no real completion style, then it's time spent.
I think every game should have a demo.
Oh, those days are long gone.
Yeah, but if you brought a demo into it and you thought, okay, do you know what? I'll have this game. They will track that you've downloaded the demo and played it. If you have played the demo, that shrinks the window.
Okay, so No Man's Sky. So 0 to 2 hours is survival tutorial. 2 to 5 hours you unlock the space anomaly. 5 to 15 hours you likely have a better ship. Blah blah blah. 20 plus hours you're in the sandbox end game. So if you hit 20 hours on No Man's Sky, so technically, even on No Man's Sky, there's technically a progression bar in the background.
Right. There you go, you see.
So if you get to 20 hours and you're in the end game and then you go, oh no, I want to refund this, bollocks to you, you've nearly completed the game.
There's
always a tracking. There's always
No
tracking
Man's
behind
Sky,
it.
though, I completely ignored the story. Every time I play No Man's Sky, I more or less stay in my own solar system for 30, 40 hours just exploring the planets.
No, the story's bollocks.
But what I'm saying is, if you lock it so once you've hit a certain thing, so for instance, No Man's Sky, if you spend 30 hours in your little area, okay, fantastic, great. But once you progress the storyline, once you hit a certain part of the story, it locks you out. Because if you're going around and spending 20, 30 hours in your own little world, then why would you get rid of it anyway?
You could do it like this. Instead of time spent or completion, it's whenever you hit a certain point, like a quest or a stage, right? That is categorized behind the scenes. And whenever that player hits that, boom, can't get a refund anymore on it.
I think it's going to be very. I mean, some of these ideas are all valid. A lot of these ideas are kind of valid, and I can see how they could work. But I think whichever one idea they follow, you're going to get blowback. But even if there is blowback on some of these ideas, it's certainly better than what they've got in place right now, which is none. there's nothing, right? So they have to at least do something. I don't know if it's going to be time based. I can't see him doing it genre, because I think if they start doing it genre, you're going to have games companies starting to be a bit like, oh well, we'll make that kind of game, but it's got these elements too. So let's just put it on the box that it's not an RPG, because that way we're less likely to get refunds, because they won't have as much time to start disliking the game, and it becomes a very bloody grey area. That's the problem when you start making it genre based. I can already see the bullshit. I can see the games companies being like, well, it is that, but let's not list it as that, because that way we're less likely to get refunds because they'll have less time.
You see, what Kuva's saying there is obviously demo does the trick, plays free to play, unlocks the game when you want it. The issue with that system, Kuva, is that could very, very quickly and very easily turn into a subscription-based service, such as World of Warcraft and RuneScape, where you've got so little of the game that you can play until you buy membership, and you pay monthly membership to keep that system as it is, like the full game. You have to pay to unlock the full game, and I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing that somewhere down the line.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. We're not getting off topic, Rufus. It's a relevant topic. It's like physical media versus digital media versus like refund policies, because that's what it's really all about. These games companies don't want you fucking trading with anyone. They don't want you selling the game to a store. They want to keep the money in their fucking economy.
Yeah. And the other thing as well is there's a petition out there, Rufus. Go sign it if you want, but it's not going to make a difference, because Sony have already said, they've already said they're not doing a U-turn. They are sticking with this whole digital only, no discs going forward.
And you got to understand, Rufus, right? I don't know how old you are, dude, but like we're 47 odd, so we came from beginnings where games were just a pixel on the fucking screen. So we are nostalgic to physical media. The fact that we would go into town and walk into a game store and on the day that the game was released, and we're really fucking excited, and on the bus home we open up the disc box and we look at the booklet and we're reading through how to control the game, and then like a blurb on the story and all this kind of stuff. It was amazing. It was a process. It was an experience. Now, which admittedly, it's all nice and easy and quick, but it's like the internet and screens and mobile phones. It's like that we've destroyed ourselves with it just because we're getting lazy and we want things quicker. That's all.
100%. I mean, I remember going into my local city centre, at 5 to midnight, because there was a midnight release of a game, and there's a whole line of people waiting to go and get this game.
We did that for GTA 5. Me and Mike, we went to game in Watford. Didn't you come out? I seem to remember you were there.
Don't think I was there, no. The only nothing I went to was to pick up the old Xbox One.
All right. No, but yeah, me and Mike were there, man. It was great. It was a lovely experience. Not going to fucking happen anymore now, is it?
Well, I mean, we have talked about it a lot. We've actually spent 45 minutes talking about it. It was the main topic, but if you want to shift it, I don't think that we're not going to come to an answer, because we've all got slightly different ideas. But I think they're going to have to do something. I don't know what it's going to be. If they can't leave it as it is, or maybe they just will. And
they will, but they do need to do something. And if there's enough push, which I think there will be eventually, maybe give it a couple of years,
maybe
they're going to concede, and there's going to be something. So we'll see.
As Ryan's put in the chat, he's mentioned GTA 6. We will talk about GTA 6. I don't think we're going to have enough time to get onto anything else. So it will just be these two topics. So GTA 6, there's a little bit of a correlation as well, because as we found out, they're not doing. This is happening in the next couple of months. This isn't 18 months away. This is what they're doing. So Xbox and the PlayStation, no physical copy, although you are getting a box, but you're getting a code in the box. So you are technically getting a physical copy, but no disc. So it's this weird thing. Just don't bother doing it. I don't know why they're even bothering making the boxes then, because what's the point? Explain to me what the point is having a box with a code in it. Just explain that makes any sense to anyone.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense when Nintendo did it, Al.
I know it
it's
doesn't.
stupid.
I'm not defending them. My son wanted a game. I think he wanted Mario vs. Rabbids or something it was called. And we got home, and he comes around to me. He goes, "There's no cartridge in the box." I went, "What do you mean there's no cartridge?" And I thought myself, the shop screwed me over. And then there's a small little blurb on the box saying "code inside box." And I thought, "Fucking hell, really? What was the point with the box then? Must have just got a Nintendo store or loaded. It could have got cheaper."
So
It's
Pete,
for aesthetics.
but
That's
Pete,
exactly what it's for.
Pete, you think the reason behind this, and I think you're onto it. I think you're right. I've heard other people say it as well. So this is going around. The reason they've done this is because they don't want spoilers.
That's a big reason. I'm fucking telling you, dude. They don't.
No,
want,
I've heard it as well.
With
Yeah, I've
GTA
heard it as well.
5, the
Yeah, I've
disc
heard it
was
as well.
released early, wasn't it? And then it
But,
was.
but is that the legit reason though? That's the cover reason. Is that the legit reason they're doing this?
It's included, isn't it? It's like, well, that's what we're telling you because it's true, and that's the large reason of why we're doing it. But it's got cherries on top. That solution, which is, as we just discussed, don't have to worry about forking over the cost for printing the physical media. Like the actual cost for copying data is colossal. So yeah, it's like, well, it's a double, triple barreled, thingy.
And also, this is obviously going to be in a massive size game. I think it'll probably be on 3 discs. So is that another reason? Because this isn't them printing. If Com's right,
Yes, exactly.
If it's £3 to £5 for one, as Com suggested, then that's 15 quid, or it could be 15 quid for 3 discs.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the maximum Blu-ray disc size is 100 gigs. So it's probably going to need to be shipped with 2 discs,
At least
and
2.
that is doubling the cost, right?
Yeah, 100 gig is size of a 4K disc.
Yeah.
So that's the reason. The reason they're doing it is twofold. One, because obviously they don't want to pay for the cost of the manufacturing, and 2,
save money.
as we've already discussed, they want everyone to all buy one copy. No trade-ins, no eBays, no CXs. And the thing is, they know they'll get away with it because look, I know Alan's going to buy it. I won't be getting it until it's 60 frames per second, but once it is, whenever that is, I will get it as well. I'm sure Pete will pick it up when it comes on the PC. I don't think Com will. I think Com's the only one of us 4 who probably will never get it. So,
well, the reason why they're doing it all via codes now is because codes are locked to a platform. They don't want you buying a disc that you can install on any fucking Tom, Dick, or Harry's console, do they now?
Mm. And not only that, the other thing with codes is they will have no unsold product. They can print off as many codes as they want.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So if they get 50,000 orders, they can print 50,000 codes off. And guess what? There's no unsold stock.
And there's no fucking production cost. Just to briefly mention what Kuva said here, queuing, tell me about it. My great-grandparents started queuing for Star Citizen in 1932, as I did, Kuva. But I don't know whether you know the latest news about it. Squadron 42, their single-player side, is due for release later this year. We don't know whether it's actually going to come out this year, but in August, they're doing a influencer gameplay experience for it. So it sounds like it's ready, and it'll probably ship at the end of this year, beginning of next year, which means now that they can focus 100% on Star Citizen and transfer all their polished code over to the persistent universe. So it's now, like I would say, a couple of years away until 1.0 launches. There we are.
well done, Cooper.
Sorry. Right. You're saying obviously GTA would be on multiple discs and whatnot.
Probably, yeah.
How
If it
big
was
was
printed.
yeah? How big was GTA 5 on discs? Because that fit on there, and then everything after it was just downloaded onto your hard drive.
Yeah, it was about 100 gig, and then they got you to download a bit more, didn't they?
So why couldn't they just do that?
Because they don't want the game leaking early. Because some fucker's going to extract what's available on the disc and make a build out of it, dude. and leak it to Pirate Bay. Probably. I don't know. I'm guesstimating here. Anyway, they're all a bunch of fucking cunts.
I mean, a lot of these discs anyway that we see, a lot of these discs are more or less just pass keys anyway. I mean, they have very little on the disc, and as we know, well, us console players know that every time you buy a new game, you get two parts to it when you install it. You get the parts on the disc, which is normally a much small part, and then you get 2/3 of the game, which comes from.
Oh no! It came with two discs. It came with the play disc and an install disc. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you go and download GTA 5 now, it's bigger than the install disc and the play disc.
Yeah, because they had add online content and
so the GTA Online, isn't it? If you install it, you actually can choose what you install. It's weird. You can choose to install them as two separate things. You can install the whole lot, or you can just install the online part, or you can just install the single player part.
Also, and this is getting off topic, but like Rockstar are planning to separate the online mode to the single mode. So you're buying, what we're buying now is going to be the single player game. So we would probably have to fork out an additional amount for online.
I just went,
probably like 20, 30 quid.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
I guarantee, right, somebody will work out a way to be able to break their system and still get it out there early.
Somebody will find a way to leak it, because whoever ends up leaking it will get so many views on whichever platform it is. It will literally make them a very rich person overnight. So somebody will. Don't know who, but somebody will. Somebody will leak it.
Yeah.
A little bit more to talk about. I know we're nearly out of time. So yeah, the whole disc stuff. Again, it's the same bullshit. But also, one thing I'll say, it's looking like we've only just kind of found this out, but I've had another look myself after Com told me the bad news. It doesn't look like it's going to release at 60 frames per second. Pete, we've already had a little discussion in our WhatsApp. Pete's not surprised by it. I'm not surprised that it can't handle 60 frames per second at high quality. I am a little bit surprised that they won't be doing a performance mode, because we see this in so many games. But the rumors are, and it's rumors, they are working on it. But the rumors are currently that it won't be available. Just like we said about the GCR, the online mode, it won't be at launch. So you might have to wait 3 or 4 months, maybe end of the year, and they'll probably introduce it in a patch, a performance mode, and then maybe I'll pick it up. So I don't know if anyone cares, but I care about that, because I'm a bit of a. I'm not a snob. I don't think it's snobbish with my £550 console to expect a performance, to expect an option. I'm not expecting it to look amazing and run at 60. I know the power of the machine. I'm not an idiot, but I do expect options. There's no excuse for no options.
This is the thing about the Xbox console, is that it probably could handle GTA 6 at 60 frames a second, but the problem is burnout, circuitry burnout. You can't have like a throughput like exceeding whatever. I mean, like, even if it can handle it, like the duration of it is what's going to harm the circuitry and the heat. So there's like a whole fucking bunch of reasons why you can't have it running at 60, because you're probably going to be playing it for 8 fucking 10, 12 hours, and that's going to fucking brick your console. That's why.
And just to rub some salt into the already open wounds, Tequila, they have turned around and said it could take 12 months for them to bring it out if they do, or they might just wait and bring it out on future hardware.
Yeah, I can see the next Xbox or the PlayStation 6. I can see a massive shift in sales, because one of the sales things would be, oh look, there you go, there's the PlayStation 6 upgrade for GTA 6, and now everyone can play it at 60 frames per second at the highest fidelity. Yeah, I can easily sell it, and you know what? They'll make more money, because there'll be a whole bunch of people like me probably who will think, you know what, I ain't touching it until I can play it how I want to play it, which will be me. So I won't be alone in this. So yeah, then they'll get a whole bunch more sales.
It's down to the type of gamer that you are. If you're like a casual fucking like my mate is 1 hour a day type gamer, he's not going to give a fuck of whether it's at 30 frames or 60 frames. But if you have like a really keen gamer, then they're going to care, aren't they?
Yeah, some people value certain things. Some people some people I know some people don't even care about 60. They care about like having the best graphics. So some people will be like, I don't care. As long as it looks pretty, I don't care if it runs at 30. But it's one of those things where, at least for me, once you go to 60 and that becomes the norm, you kind of can't go back. At least if it was a turn-based tactics game, I wouldn't give a shit, yeah? It's not. It's anything but that. It's going to be a fast-paced driving around the city fast. You're going to want it to run well, right? You are. It's going to be a horrible experience, I think, in my opinion. But hey, look, so that's what I decided to do. And the last thing quickly about another shitty thing I think they're doing as well regarding the deluxe edition. And this deluxe edition is more or less the version that everyone's going to get, because they are putting a whole bunch of stuff behind this extra 20 quid version. Not just a couple of silly, shitty little cosmetics, which a lot of these things are. They're putting guns, they're putting cars, they're putting bases, safe houses that you can only access if you get this version. And they're even putting actual content behind it, right? So they're doing what Ubisoft love to do with their Assassin's Creed games and stuff like that. They're putting actual missions. And there's this mission, for example, which a lot of people who like cars and GTA, even though it is a crime game, a lot of it's about driving around in nice cars. They know people who play this game. And one of these missions that they're locking off is restoring old cars. So you go around the city looking for these special cards, you find them, and then you repair the cars, and you repair the cars, and you mod the cars, and then you can use the cars. They know exactly what they're doing, putting that kind of mission behind this, because they know a lot of people who play this game are big fans of cars, and that's it's horrible, and that's Rockstar.
It's going to be added, though, dude. It's not like it's going to be gated forever. They will fucking throw it in after a while.
Will they?
Yeah, of course they fucking will.
Now, Rockstar have confirmed standard edition owners will be able to buy an ultimate edition upgrade separately later.
Yeah, 20 quid. It's there already, 20 quid. Yeah.
Well, I mean, eventually, dude, is what then, if not, like at some point, eventually it's all going to be together in one fucking thing. So, like, it's just generating FOMO and scarcity. Like
my fear is that because there's so many people who love the GTA series. I like the GTA series. I like it as well. I can't say I don't, but they're going to give Rockstar a pass, and they don't fucking deserve my pass.
No,
they don't.
I mean, the things you're getting locked out of Tequila or whoever is not buying the Ultimate Edition. You're getting locked out of having a 95 Grotti Cheetah, a 67 Vapid Dominator buggy, a Dinka Enduro motorcycle, Hawk and Little Morgan revolvers, some hairstyles and tattoos, exclusive businesses and shops that standard players can't have, which is Ride Out Customs, which is vehicle customization.
Mod shops, yeah.
Sarah's unisex salon, stock 305 streetwear store, electric fang tattoo, and 2 exclusive side missions, which is one of them is restoring abandoned cars and for collectors. And the other one is raiding the PTT Youngings gang compound for contraband. Oh, wow, I'm missing so much.
Do you see what they've done, right? You remember this whole argument a few months back, where they were talking, they're going to charge like 100 quid or 120 quid for the standard game. Now, everyone was waiting on bated fucking breath to see how much they would charge. And then they turn around and say, oh, no. It's still going to be like 60 quid for us, 80 quid for America, as it usually is. But if you want the good shit, like the way we intended it to be, fork over another 20 quid.
Right, it's 70 quid for the normal version, and it's 90 plus. It's 89.99, I think, on the Microsoft Store.
That's what they've done. They've done it. They've basically done it. They've made the standard game 90 quid, 100 quid. That's what they've done, because everyone's going to be like, fuck that, I'm just going to pay 90 quid.
Yeah.
Right? Psychology. Fucking clever cunts.
And it's going to work.
It's going to work. My brother said straight away, he said, no, I'll buy the £90 version. Cha-ching.
I'm inclined. I'm not getting it at all now because it's not 6. I won't play it if it's not 60.
You will get it eventually, dude.
I will.
Like,
I will. I will get it. Yeah, I can already tell you, I will get it. when it's 60 frames per second, and I'll probably end up getting the deluxe version because I would want that too. Hopefully, it might be slightly cheaper by then, but who knows, right? This could be this apparently what Com said. This might be 12 months down the line. If they don't add it, then I won't be getting it until the next consoles come out. That's it.
It's going to stay full price for a good.
They normally do. The GTA games normally hold price. Yeah, they normally do.
There are 30 to 40 million idiots out there. That's all I'm going to say.
Fuck you, idiots. Like, come on, man. Don't pre-order it. Really? Fuck. I assume that's what you were talking about.
But if it was coming on PC though, Pete, right? Wouldn't you pre-order it? You'd be interested.
Oh, I fucking wouldn't. What's the point? When you can just print a code as many times as you like. It's like printing cash, mate.
You wouldn't. So you're not interested in playing the game itself. I know you are. It's like
No, yeah, but I'm not going to pre-order it. What's the point?
Because it's not going to go down in price, though, is it?
What do you mean?
Well, if you want to play it, right? If you would, if it was coming out on the PC, you would have no reason probably, unless you were scared of bugs, which is viable by the way, considering how games come out nowadays. You might as well get it on pre-order because if you wait 6 months, as we've just said, the GTA games hold their price. It ain't going to be cheaper in 6 months. It ain't going to be cheaper in a year. It'll be the same price.
I'm telling you right now, I am not forking over a single fucking penny, and I don't care who listens and who knows about this. I'm not forking over a single fucking penny. I'm visiting Pirate Bay when it comes out on PC. I don't give a fucking shit. I've got a fucking gigabit connection, mate. I can have that game downloaded in like an hour or two. So I'm not paying for it. They can fuck themselves. If buying isn't owning, piracy isn't stealing. That's my stance right now.
Well, I know Com won't be getting. I know that Com's the only one of us four that will probably never play that game. I think the rest of us at some point, whenever that point is, I don't know, Alan. Am I wrong? I think you're gonna. I know you don't really care about the 60 frames per second. You're the one of us. You're probably the one of us who's going to get it on when it comes out. I would imagine,
yeah. I had vouchers and they were running out stupidly by October. I thought, well, I've got to use them, haven't I? So I thought, yeah, just use them for GTA.
Yeah. No, I agree. Cuba 60. Yeah. The human eye can't notice past a certain point, but you can easily notice between 30 and 60. You can notice between 60 and 120 as well. But so I agree, mate.
I was asked a question by the missus, really. She's because I said, GTA is coming out supposedly in November. This is some months ago, and she says to me, "Are you going to buy it on digital?" Because obviously, we've got 2 Xboxes in the house, so it can go on hers as well. And I thought, yeah, of course, might as well, because whatever the price is going to be, which we didn't know at the time, whatever I pay, I'm basically getting 2 copies of the game, which is fine.
Which you're falling into their trap. It's a trap.
Yeah, most likely.
I'm sure it'd be a good game, right?
Yeah,
I'm not even judging the game's quality here because their track record. I know Com doesn't like him, but their track record overall, none of us can sit here really. Maybe Com. Their games are of good quality. Red Dead Redemption 2 is an amazing. That is one of the best games that's ever been made. Red Dead Redemption 2.
For what they're doing with this game, they would have to pay me per minute £100 to even associate with this game at all.
Never
GTA games are fucking awful. Simple as, yes, you can go around, you can steal some cars, you can shoot people. Oh, big fucking whoop-de-doo. I can go and play Gears of War and go around and kill locusts with a fucking chainsaw. I can go play Space Marines 2 and shoot Tyranids and all that kind of stuff. I don't have to be in the middle of a street. I could go play fucking Saints Row if I really want to, which does exactly the same thing as GTA, just with more quirk.
You don't want to play you don't want to play the remaster of Saints Row, mate.
No, I'll go play the original Saints Rows.
Yeah. Saints Row 2 is the best one,
mate. Saints Row 2. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got Saints Row 1, 2, and 3. I stopped after that. But I can go and play them. It's GTA, but a bit more quirk. That's all it is. So I don't need to go and pay 90 quid for fucking, you can get some extra missions. Here you go. Fuck off, man. Piss off, honestly.
Yes, but in Gears of War, you can't sleep with a prostitute and then get your money.
I could not give a fuck if you sleep with a prostitute.
That's why I play it. I play it so I can get my money back.
No.
But you don't get all your money
No.
back. She must hide it somewhere.
I know. You
To
know,
all those horny people out there, I'm pretty sure if you look hard enough on the internet, you could probably find games that will satisfy that need for free.
Come. I think the idea of these GTA games, and you can't deny, is that really the reason why everyone likes it is because they can have fun in it. Like,
By doing
it's
what?
not, I mean,
by breaking the law that people want
By-
to do
by
every
going
day,
into
but they don't do
online.
it.
So by going into online, trying to have a fun session and getting murdered every fucking 2 seconds. Yeah, that sounds
Oh, no,
hilarious.
now
for
you're
fun.
talking about something
fuck
else.
online,
I'm
fuck
talking
online.
I don't
about
play
just
online.
the single player, right? Because just the single player, and that's what most people
Payday
play.
2.
You know,
Payday.
Horrible.
It's a crime game. But
It's a
no,
horrible
but it's a crime game. Who here is going to go and rob a bank or something like that? You're not.
yeah, but then you're talking about nostalgia because people choose GTA because it was the first. They gave birth to this genre. So
Yeah, you're all fucking wet wipes. There you go.
that's all I'm saying. I'm just telling you what the situation.
Payday is a much smaller game. I know.
I couldn't give a toss.
Yeah,
whether
but it's
small.
it's a such smaller. It's really
Anybody that plays GTA and goes, it's an amazing game. I love it. This game is amazing. So go look in a mirror, give your head a wobble, and sort yourself out. Because GTA, yes, okay, it's a fantasy thing that you can't do. Bollocks. Bollocks to you
it's
all,
a
man.
fantasy. That's
It's
all.
a shit. It's shit.
Like,
It's
people
absolute
are
shit.
frustrated with their lives and they want to take it out on something, so they
Go to a gym. Fucking
Well,
hit a
that's the-
punching bag.
Yeah, but it's just someone's different way of releasing tension. Like me and you will like to smoke. We like to smoke. You know what I'm talking about. Other people might like to fucking drink. Other people like to jack off. Other people like drinking their own urine to relax. Everyone's fucking different, mate.
It's awful. GTA
you
is
know-
fucking awful.
Hey, it's sterile. I like the taste.
Like people just play GTA mostly just to relieve tension. That's all. You
Yeah,
know,
so
like
they
you,
can go
you
pay
jump
a
into a
hooker.
bus full of old people and then drive it off a fucking
Oh,
pier.
Yeah,
You
sounds
know,
fantastic.
shit like that.
Sounds fantastic.
Why is I'm curious
So
now?
hate.
Why is so much hatred? What did it do to you? Why did it?
It's
scar you?
shit.
What
The
did it
game
do
is
to you,
awful. The game is awful. It is shit. It is a pile of hot, steaming garbage.
Which
and
one?
people
Where
go
did it-
so mad about it. Like, oh my god, this is the best game. No, it's fucking not. There hasn't been a good GTA game since San Andreas. Point. Fact.
Come, show us on the doll where Grand Theft Auto touched you.
Wow.
Please.
Wow. But I'm sorry. I just don't buy into it at all. This whole it's an amazing game.
No, that's fair
it's
enough.
not.
Mate. I mean, I don't think they're amazing. I agree with you that San Andreas is quite possibly the best one they've ever done, and they really do need to remake it. That would be amazing.
But
Every
what?
other one since has been just all right, as far as I'm concerned, anyway. But they're fun. They're fun as a sort of a group with your mates to just fuck about with and whatever.
Com,
That's
it depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for the best story ever, then I don't think any of the GTAs have had particularly great stories. It's all about
True,
kind
stories
of
aren't
like,
great.
No, but even if we want to cause chaos, the GTA 5 were fucking awful.
No, if you play as Trevor, you're not. You play as Trevor. I mean, you play as the psychopath Trevor, right? And the kind of shit he gets
Yeah,
up to.
but that was the other thing that really pissed. If I wanted to go and play a GTA game, I want to cause trouble with whoever I want to do. Yeah, that you can do it with CJ in San Andreas, cause as much chaos as you want. But if you want the really quirky chaos, you have to switch characters. Bollocks. Why?
Well, you can cause chaos of all of them.
No,
It's
that's just the
like
way
it's
they
not-
designed it, dude.
No, but you got to put more quirky. If you want more quirky chaos, you've got to be Trevor. You can't do the same things as Trevor as you do with, I don't know, what's his name, Franklin. You can't do it.
Now this is a good point that Rufus has made. Even if we took the GTA at the latest and greatest, according to him, the team that created it is completely different to the team that's creating this one. The leads, for instance, for GTA 5, they left, didn't they? And now we've got a whole new team. So it might actually turn out to be fucking bollocks. But like, you
I
know,
hope it does, because then I can laugh at everyone.
who knows?
Again, it depends on the reason for playing it. I'm not looking forward to it because oh wow, I get to play as Bonnie and Clyde or whatever the bloody names are. That's what they're based on. I don't care about that. I could give two shits about the characters. I just want to go on a crazy rampage for 10 minutes.
I'm telling you right now, one of them betrays the other.
I
Probably.
could do that in Mafia.
Yeah,
It's so clear that that's
there
gonna
are
happen.
other games you can do it in. I'm not saying GTA's got the market on it. There are other games you can do it in. Yeah, there are. Of course there are. But there's not that many games that are based in modern day. Like Mafia, I suppose, but that's isn't that based in the past, isn't it? At least the last one was. GTA's obviously are meant to be piss takes of today's society, and obviously we live in today's society, with the exception of Vice City, which was set in the 80s, I think. But the rest are all set in modern times, aren't they? So it's kind of like and it's just a way. Loads of people are frustrated, and it's a way for them to kind of take the piss out of society. That's kind of what people do it for. They can't do these things in real life. So
crack on, Sonny Jims. Crack on, because whilst everyone's doing that, I'm going to go play Farming Simulator or something like that because it's more entertaining and it'll actually grip my attention.
That's the whole point of this GTA games. It's a parody of real life. That's all it is. So it's like just live your life, but just take the piss out of it.
Have you seen where we live? We live in the fucking UK. That's happening now. Go out and join them if you want. Jesus. You get more thrill.
But in real life, right, if you're stuck in traffic, you can't get out. Well, you can, but you're going to be arrested. You can't get out and just start punching people or go get an Uzi you've got in your back seat.
I don't know about that. Read some of the news stories that are going around at the minute.
Well, okay, well, you can do it, but then you're probably going to get yourself killed or end up in jail for 50 years.
Dude, if you get caught taking a leak in an alleyway, you'll get done for a sex offence. Like, this is our country, man. Don't get me started on a rant of our country. I fucking hate our country. No one has realised that it's become a big fucking brother and that we never had any fucking privacy from the moment we had mobile phones or the internet. Everyone's fucking worried about digital ID and losing their privacy. You never fucking had any privacy in the fucking first place, mate. Rant over.
That Ryan, honestly, yeah. See, this is my problem with GTA players. Ryan is a perfect example.
You're going to take that, Ryan?
He's a perfect example of what's wrong with GTA players.
Just to mess a little kids. Yeah, but that's okay. So that's online mode. Yeah, I'm not an advocate for that, right? I think at least me and Pete are talking about the single player. I think Alan, you don't play the online player because I think we're all just talking about the single player.
Yeah, I don't
online is a breeding ground for trolls, and that's why. Once I realised that, I think I played an hour of it, and I was like, I'm done.
For fuck's sake!
Wow.
Fucking hell. Now then, calm down.
Jingle jangle joy, jingle jangle joy.
Hey.
Anyway, all these game industry developers are a fucking bunch of cunts, mate. And I want to go back to the way it was, like beautiful single player crafted narrative storylines, which actually fucking mean something, or just like create fucking bollocks for kids to play, like whatever. Can we just have it separate, please? Because I don't want to hear about Minecraft. I don't want to hear about fucking Pokemon. I don't want to hear about any of this other fucking anime One Piece fucking bullshit, which is just basically pedophiles looking at little girls in skirts. So can we just fucking separate everything now, please? I fucking had enough.
What's wrong with Pokemon?
Everything. Got to catch them all. Got to catch them all. Do you understand the psychology behind that fucking statement?
It's profitable.
Yes, that's my point.
It's profitable.
And they pointed it at fucking 6 to 8 year olds. Gotta catch them all. Get that fucking psychology in their head for the rest of their fucking lives that they gotta fucking own every single Pokemon, and they just keep releasing new ones. Fuck off.
Here you go. Here's another reason why I'm not buying GTA. This one doesn't bother me. That it's a female protagonist. That doesn't bother me because we're seeing loads of them in games anyway, so it don't matter. Rockstar has reportedly made some changes to avoid jokes or stereotypes that could be seen as targeting marginalized groups. The company has said it wants to be more thoughtful about certain types of satire than in previous GTA games. So you're getting a watered down GTA because it is fucking woke.
I warned you guys of this. I said this.
I thought that was going to happen as well.
I said to you, and I quote, "Have they got the balls to do it a year before?" And if that's true, what Com said, then they've lost their balls. They've lost the balls, and that will affect things.
So Rufus is right. Yeah,
that will affect things. And yeah, But one of the things about GTA, it's like South Park, right? It's why a lot of people like South Park is they take the piss out of everything. So if they're not doing that now, and they're scared now to take the piss out of certain things, then that's it. Either none of it is, or all of it is.
Well, don't forget, they did lose a lot of money from all these lawsuits out of GTA 5. Don't forget. They must have seriously put a good 2% crimp on their fucking profits. They're going to be making $1 billion on the first 24 hours of release of GTA 6. You do realize this?
Of course they are.
This is why I'm pirating it.
They always
You don't.
do,
It's not like you need it, Rockstar.
Well,
Anyway,
I suppose that's it for we discussed the main topic. We didn't really come to a resolution. I don't think there is a resolution. We'll have to wait and see what Sony decide to do nearer the time. Hopefully they see a little bit of sense and at least try to do something pro consumer, some kind of a refund. I don't know, something, just something. They can't leave it as it is, surely, but we'll see. And GTA, we found out that Com hates it with a passion. I knew he didn't like it, but I didn't realize he despised it that much. Bless you, Com.
you're just jealous you didn't design it.
I just like good games.
Bless. I suppose unless anyone's got anything else they want to add, I guess we'll leave it there because we have gone over. It's 20 past. So
Yeah, all good.
Alan, Com, anything left to say?
Fuck Expedition 33. There you go.
Fuck Rockstar, fuck GTA, and fuck every single GTA from now on to the rest of time.
Oh, what about San Andreas?
I said from now to the rest of time.
Oh, okay. Let you off.
Wow. All right, and guys. Well, thank you for joining us for this podcast. There will be other ones. We're not going to say it's going to be exactly every week. It probably is depending on if there's stuff to talk about. There was a lot to talk about this week. But if there's stuff to talk about, I'm sure we'll try to get together and do some more of these rather than just our once a month thing. If there's stuff to talk about, I think we'll try and get together and talk about it. Obviously, there was a lot.
Anyone who's listening, you fucking tell us what you want to see. You tell us.
Yeah,
we would love to fucking hear from you. Just type whatever you want in the fucking chat, and obviously be respectful. But tell us what you want to see.
Yep, sounds good. Let us know. There's lots of stuff to talk about in the games industry, but so we hope you've enjoyed it. And coming up any minute, we've actually run over, but myself, Com, and Alan are going to be doing part 2 of Space Marine.
Yeah.
Killing some more Tyranids. So give us 5 or 10 minutes, probably 10 minutes to set it all up because, so Alan's gonna have to set it. I think you're at hosting. So yeah, give us 10 minutes or so. So I'll put it back to past in a sec. So probably join us about past for Space Marine Part 2. But say goodbye, lads, and we'll get out of here.
See you later, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful day.
Yep. See you in a bit, everybody.
Tatty
All right. Take care, guys, and we'll see you again next time. Remember to like, subscribe, and obey.